Percentage memory sheet. Already percentage 7 parts are over. This is part 8. Very important part 8. Not only for the percentage. These calculation tips are very useful for other topics just like profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, data interpretation, especially for data interpretation. Large type of calculations are there in data interpretation. If you have command on this percentage memory sheet, so you can do the calculations very easily it is. That is the importance of percentage memory sheet. Now see here, how can you remember? Some codes are there. By using codes, this memory sheet you can remember very easily. See here, in the mind you have to put in your mind total equal to 100%. Total equal to 100%, that you put in your mind. Half means, what is half? Half of 100. What is half of 100? 50%. Total is 100. We require a half. Half means 50%. 50% means 50 by 100. So 0.5. So decimal value you can do it very easily. If you have command on percentage, you can convert it to decimal value very easily. Now half equal to 50%. 1 by 3. How can you remember 1 by 3? 3. All are in 3 cities. 33.33%. 1 by 3 is 3. All are 3. You can remember very easily. 33.33% it is. 1 by 4. What is 1/4 of 100? 25. So 1/4 value is how much? 25%. 1/5 value. What is 1/5 of 100? 20. 100 by 5, how much? 20. So 1/5 is how much percent? You can remember very easily 20% it is. Now 1 by 6 is 16.66%. But how can you remember 1 by 16? Half of 1/3. 1/3 we know 33.33%. Half of that. 33.33% by half. How much you got? 16.66%. So 1 by 6 is 16.66%. Similarly, 1 by 7. What is 1 by 7? 14.28%. What is 1 by 7? 14.28%. How can you remember? A simple code is there. 7 into 2, 14. 14 into 2, 28. 1 by 7, how can you remember 14.28%? 7 into 2, 14. 14 into 2, 28. So 1 by 7 is 14.28%. If you remember 1 by 7, we can calculate 1 by 14, 1 by 28 very easily. Half of that. Half of 1 by 7 is how much? 1 by 14. Half of 1 by 14 is how much? 1 by 28. So 1 by 7 we know 14.28%. Half of that 7.14%. What is 1 by 14 now? 7.14%. 1 by 28. Okay, 1 by 28 means half of 7.14. What is half of 7.14? 3.58%. 1 by 28 is 3.58%. Just like you can calculate very easily. You know already 1 by 16. What is 1 by 16? 16.66. Now 1 by 12 you can calculate very easily. Half of that. 1 by 6 is 16.66. 1 by 12 is how much now? 8.33. 16.66 by 2. 16.66 by 2. How much it is? 8.33. So 1 by 12 is 8.33. You can remember, you can calculate very easily 1 by 24 also. So make it as one group. 1 by 6, 1 by 12, 1 by 24. Similarly, 1 by 7, 1 by 14, 1 by 28. Make it as one group very easily. Half, half, half. 1 by 6, half of that 1 by 12, half of that 1 by 24. 1 by 7, half of that 1 by 14, half of that 1 by 28. Now 1 by 8. What is 1 by 8? Half of 1 by 4 again. 1 by 2 again. Half of 1 by 4 again. 1 by 4 is 25%. We know. Half of that is 12.5%. What is 1 by 8 now? 12.5%. If you know 1 by 8, you can calculate very easily 1 by 16 also. So half of 1 by 8. 1 by 8 is 12.5. Half of that is how much now? 1 by 16. What is 1 by 16? Half of 12.5. 6.25%. 6.25%. 1 by 16 is 6.25%. Just like make it as groups it is. 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 8, 1 by 16. Make it as one group. 1 by 6, 1 by 12, 1 by 24, make it as one group. 1 by 7, 1 by 14, 1 by 28, make it as one group it is. Now 1 by 9, 1 by 11, you can remember very easily. Observe the chart, it is 1 by 9, 1 by 11. 9 can be expressed in 11s, 11 can be expressed in 9s. 1 by 9 is 11.11%. 1 by 11 is 09.09%. So 9 can be expressed in 11s, 11 can be expressed in 9. 1 by 9 is 11.11. 1 by 11 is 09.09. You can remember very easily. 9 can be expressed in 11s and 11 can be expressed in 9s. It is. Now 1 by 10 is 10%. It is. Already we know 1 by 12, half of 1 by 6 it is. 1 by 13, 1 by 13, how can you remember? 7.69%, 1 by 13. But how can you put in your mind? 13 square, what is 13 square value? 169, 69. You can remember very easily. 13 square is 169, last two digits is 69. But 1 is there, that 1 can be added to that 6, 7. So 1 can be added to 6, how much? 7. So 7.69%. That is the code you can remember very easily. We are framing these codes to remember very easily all these values it is. So you have to practice the entire values from 1 by 2 to 1 by 30. So 5 to 10 times it is very useful for your calculation part it is. So 1 by 13, how can you remember? 13 square is 169. Last two digits is 69. 1 can be added to 6, 7. So 7.69%. So 1 by 13 is 7.69%. 1 by 14 already we know, half of 1 by 7. 1 by 15 also you can remember very easily. What is the code for 1 by 15? 15, 1, 5. What is the digit sum? 1, 5, 6. All are in 6, 6.66%. What is 1 by 15? 6.66%. You can remember very easily. So 1, 5 digit sum is 6. So all are in 6. So 6.66 it is. So 1 by 15 is 6.66. So what is 1 by 30? Half of that. What is 6.66 half by 2? 3.33. You can remember very easily. 1 by 30, 3.33. 1 by 15 is 156, 6.66%. 1 by 16 already we know. Half of 1 by 8 it is. Okay, here 1 by 17 and 1 by 19 put in your mind. There are no codes for that. 1 by 17, 1 by 19. 1 by 17 is 5.88%. 1 by 19 is 5.26%. So these two values, take the separate paper, and these two values you can write 10 times or 15 times. That it will register in your mind. 1 by 17 is 5.88%. So 1 by 19 is 5.26%. Now already 1 by 18, what is 1 by 18? Half of 1 by 9. We know 1 by 9. What is 1 by 9? 9 can be expressed in 11s. 11.11. Half of that 5.55. 1 by 18 is 5.55. Half of 1 by 9. So 1 by 10 we know 10%. 1 by 20, half of that 5% it is. 1 by 11. 11 can be expressed in 9s. 09.09. Half of that is 1 by 22. What is 1 by 22? What is half of 09.09? 4.54%. 4.54%, 1 by 22. Just like it is. Similarly, 1 by 23, 1 by 29 also codes are there. 1 by 23, 1 by 29. First 1 by 29. What is 1 by 29? Observe the sheet. 1 by 29, they are in order 3, 4, 5. 3.45%. What is 1 by 29? 3.45%. They are in order 3, 4, 5. If the first two digits are reversed, you get 1 by 23. 1 by 29 is 3.45%. If the first two digits are reversed, 4.35%. 1 by 23, how much now? 4.35%. Understood? 1 by 23, 1 by 29, remember very easily. 1 by 29 is, they are in order 3.45%, 3, 4, 5. If the first two digits are reversed, that is 1 by 23. First two digits means, so 4.35%. The remaining all you can calculate by using the previous values. 1 by 24, 1 by 25. What is 1 by 25? 1 by 25, 25, 4 they cancel. So 4% you can remember very easily. 1 by 26, half of 1 by 13. Already we know 1 by 13 how much value? 7.69%. Half of that gives 1 by 26 it is. 1 by 27. 1 by 9 we know. 1/3 of 1 by 9. 1 by 28 already calculated. 1 by 29 I said the Q. 1 by 30 already we calculated. So by using these codes, this chart you have to prepare. So you have to write on the separate paper maybe 5 times or 10 times after practicing it is. Then only you can get the command. This memory sheet is very important for the calculation part of entire aptitude it is. So I will continue in the next video remaining concept. Thank you to all of you.